just thought of something for editing purposes. While I'm doing that, if I zoom up on you, I can put you like in the corner just yapping, and that'll be more entertainment. Rockola, we were a Rockola.
Yeah, you know, a lot of pre-war pins are made by different companies. That you see, the last of this stuff was made, you know, Godly, Bally Williams. If you want to throw Capcom in there, the older machines, you know, they had a lot of older manufacturers that most people don't even know. Those were flipperless pins, though.
Yeah, there's a couple of them sitting around here somewhere.
In the back, yeah, there are tons. I've got two of them back there. One of them is baseball, and the other is jigsaw.
Jigsaw, yeah.
That's jigsaw. I think was a Rockola.
Rare cool items, rare cool in the house. He, I guess he posted on his YouTube. I think it was on his YouTube about there's a Facebook page dedicated to pinball machine and arcade community Facebook page.
Really?
And Jimmy found it. I knew about this because we commented on it. But you know, they're about, I guess, trying to do, I don't know what it is they're trying to do. But at any rate, in their Facebook, they get on, people post pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there was a picture of our line of pins. It was like Trident and Strange. I mean,
Current, sort of one of the later lines.
Well, yeah, yeah, because Trident was in it, and Trident was sitting next to Strange Science. So whenever the two of them were sitting next to each other, and it was pretty obviously ours because our Strange Science is a one-off, and it's never been owned since it's been done by anybody but us. So somebody, how can I politely say stole? Somebody grabbed our photo from somewhere, but they didn't claim it was theirs. It was like, where are you playing pinball this weekend? And then they put a picture of our line up there. And they didn't say, by the way, this is, but who cares? I don't care.
Hey, maybe we could contract with Hollywood, like, to rent machines for movie props, because they're nice movie props.
Well, Hollywood's right up the street on the other side of the world. So, no. Well, I rented out the Trident for that Gary Heidnick thing.
Yeah, you did. See, there's possibility there. That's a neat little thing that might happen. People like to look.
You know.
Where was it? Hey, I was on the internet and I found useless trivia a couple of months ago. There's a website that actually links jukeboxes and what movies they were in. You'd like to see this.
There's one for pinball too.
Is there? In fact, you told me about it.
There's one for pinball. I don't know where it is.
It has hundreds of pages and pages of movies and what jukebox was in the movie.
Well, you know, I cannot help if I'm watching a movie and there's a pinball machine.
Any coin-operated device.
Yeah, but mostly I'll notice pinball machine.
Yeah.
I don't notice jukebox because it's just too common, and I'm not familiar enough with them to recognize what model they are.
But even pins are fun to recognize, and videos.
You know, it's amazing how often you see a pinball machine in a movie. Yeah. A lot.
And now, it doesn't serve a purpose. Nobody's playing it.
Yeah, well,
it's just there.
Most of the time it's not featured, and most of the time you'll just catch a glimpse of a piece of artwork on the side or something, and you try to identify it, and yeah, that's kind of neat.
That is fun.
But it's not really going to be a trivia question because there's a lot of them. So at any rate, I posted on Rare Cool Items about this Facebook page, mentioning that they had our lineup in there. I wasn't pissed or anything. I just mentioned it, and he said, "Yes, GRC has the best pinball machines that I have ever seen. I have not seen quality like that anywhere. Better than new." Rare. That's our man, Rare Cool.
It's repetitive quality too. I mean, we keep doing it for some reason.
Yeah, I know. Till we give up.
It's repetitive quality. We don't just do one and say, well, we did that, now that's it. If you go back on some of the old footage in Chad's Ford, I liked that the other day when I was looking at that. Chris Simmons intro, the old...
Did you enjoy that? You went back and looked at it again?
Yeah, because you can see what all the old projects, and they all just get forgot after you get them done, but all of them were similar.
That's one of my favorite things to do, Ray, is to forget about something after it's gone.
Yeah, that's what.
And you know what? The nice thing about the nice side of what I just said is, Ray, when we sell a machine, more than often we don't ever hear. I mean, we'll hear a thank you, but we don't we don't hear a.
It don't work.
We don't hear it. We don't hear it. It don't work.
Or I can't fix it because this is wrong. Because people don't want to really slam you intentionally, but they'll think about it. You know, like, well, all that stuff was wrong. Why didn't you fix it when it was in here? They won't really get into it. They'll just politely try to say it don't work.
Yeah.
But they really mean that. Why did you leave all this in here? Why didn't you fix it while I was in the shop? Well,
Dave Jungle. Fairly new. I don't know Dave Jungle too well, but Dave Jungle. I've got a Demo Man and have enjoyed playing on it. My question to you guys is, why do you think no one seems to rate the Demo Man tables? I know its only toy is the claw, but I feel it makes up with all the multi-balls and more ramps you can shake a stick at, and once LED'd up, I find it a great game. Thanks, Dave. Great videos, I just love them. Demo Man, right? What's your... Now, I
like it.
I've only encountered one. It was that one. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I like it. I've serviced them. I volunteer for Coatesville, VA, Gameroom, which is in Building 8, and I volunteer to do the repairs there. And they have a few video games and a pinball. And I repaired, and that's one of the pins they have. It's a Demo Man.
Okay.
And they bought all that stuff years ago from Joe Wager, Gameroom Warehouse.
Right.
And he might have even donated one of them 5 machines they got there. And, you know, they got a few jukeboxes, and then they got the Demo Man, they got a Super Pac-Man, and they got another video of some, I can't remember what it is. It might be a multi-key, but the Demo Man, and then theirs is pretty nice. I go over there and I usually re-rubber it. They call me about every 1,000 or 2,000 plays.
How did I know your opinion was going to go right to service?
Yeah, because it's what I relate
That's
to.
what you do. I only encountered...
I like playing.
Okay, you like it.
I like fixing, yeah, I like it. I like what they did with the voiceovers, and I like a machine where the original movie actors, which is usually what these are based off of, and of course I respect generic machines like Taxi. I like that better.
Yeah,
they didn't do it much.
They don't do that at all anymore.
No, but back in these days they did one of these for every 10 movie games, because I guess they just figured they wouldn't capture a following unless they associated it with a movie.
Well, yeah, I don't know when that change took place, because during the era of Taxi, there were no movie pins. In the late 80s? Well, almost none.
No, almost none.
They were all
Pinbot
and Taxi and Police Force and
Right.
and Diner, and they were all non-licensed titles.
Right.
And if you ask me, the non-licensed titles are the best ones of the bunch.
Well, they had more money to put into the machine than pay the whatever. But Demo Man, I like any pin that the movie likenesses lend their visual and audio.
They don't get to cry. They don't become crybabies about it.
Right. It really makes me not care much for the actor. It really makes me care that the
Michael J. Fox wouldn't allow
the
his
that's
likeness on the back of the
that's
future.
petty.
What is that?
That's petty. Okay.
I don't know at what point I started to not like him, but I don't think it was that. But
no,
that just fits
there are other actors that wouldn't lend their likenesses for some reason or another. Maybe it really wasn't their fault. Maybe it was their agent or something. But you know, when a Demo Man, Wesley Snipes, I guess, right? And of course,
yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah,
Them guys, they're all over that. You know, their pictures and their audio bits. You know, and Indy Jones, Harrison Ford's all over it, and all the other actors are in it. You know, I like that. I think that's neat. That makes the product complete circle. But when you see these pins that were purposely made, they almost were force made. You know, and then the actor wouldn't lend them. Well, that's just kind of petty.
Okay, well, I don't know if we answered this question. I don't have a problem with Demo Man. I think it's kind of neat.
I like it. I like it because of the reason I just said. They lend likeness of the movie to the pin. I like that.
I think that potentially one of the drawbacks of it is the handles are awkward.
Right.
So pin guys don't really like awkward.
In the day when Joe Wager used to do pins on a large scale, you know, production things, we had a couple customers request they be taken off.
Yeah.
And you can take them off, and it doesn't do anything to the appearance of the machine. The side rails are not special.
Okay.
You can take them off, and you don't need to have those there. We used to take them off and save them and give them with the game, and people would have them later.
Right, right. Okay, well, thank you, Dave. Look forward to hearing more from you. This is like a holiday thing, right? This is great.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
When I was a kid, there was a TV show.
They had TV when you were a kid?
Yeah, but no, just barely. It was black and white, round screen, round CRT. And there was this, and it wasn't email, of course. This was in the 60s.
It was
early
telegram.
60s, huh?
It was telegram.
No, it was, they would send letters in by mail.
Morse code.
A stamp in an envelope to this guy, and he would read it. It was a kid's TV show. It was called Captain Kangaroo. Did you ever hear it?
Isn't that a cereal?
No, man. Well, it might be, but it was a TV show. And then Mr. Green Jeans would read, like you're doing, he would read Mr. Green Jeans. He would read I'm serious. You don't think Do you? Okay.
Barely.
Did you ever watch it? He used to do the same thing. At the end of the show,
Yeah, I don't remember.
they would
that.
read the letters sent in by kids.
I was like
asking.
2 years old when that went off the air. Paul C. Remember Paul C? Paul C is he's our GRC history guy. Because what he does is he's about 2 months behind. He watches all our stuff, but he watches all of our stuff, so he can't keep up. Because at whatever point he started, he was too far behind, and he can't catch up. But he's now on Nick's Gameroom, so he's not too far behind.
Okay.
Love
that ain't be too far.
No. Love that Fishtails racket. Best music sound effects in pinball? Question mark. Tied with Bram Stoker's Dracula? Question mark. Best sound music effects in pinball?
I like Roadshow.
Oh, just come on now. Are you kidding me? Well, there are some obvious ones. Indiana Jones.
I like Shaq. Am I purposely doing this for a downer? Yeah. Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah, Indy Jones. I like Star Trek Next Gen.
That's the second obvious one.
Yeah.
The third obvious one, I don't know what it is. The two that jump out are Indy and Star Trek Next Gen.
If you're into that, yeah. I think Pinball catches my ear. And
Yes.
even though it doesn't have very much audio speech, being it's an early game from '86, I still think that's a catchy.
Well,
little
you know,
tune.
it says best music sound effects, so that's. I'm with you on
I
that.
gotta tell you though, you know what? I fixed a soundboard and the rest of the pin was okay. I had to straighten out some wiring, cut out some hacked up connectors with electrical tape and whatever. Ice Fever, Gottlieb Ice Fever. That has a really neat little, it's a tone machine, you know, it's just audio tones.
Okay.
It doesn't have speech. And I think it's 85 or something, I don't know. But Ice Fever. And it's a System 80. That has a nice tone to it because it's hockey themed and they really captured a lot of the hockey theme.
Neat.
You should play that back and see.
Okay.
I only ever had 2 customers with that machine. And it's like all System 80s. You play it a few times and it's like, I don't want that. But anyway.
I was with you on the Pinbot though. I think Pinbot, the theme of that just screams pinball to me. It's just not my favorite game to play. I'm not really even thrilled to play it, but the soundtrack of that thing is it really is pinball. Here's another one. Best sound effects. What was it exactly again?
I don't know. I have little things I like about each one of them.
Music, sound effects.
Tales of the Arabian Nights. I sort of like the background thing that runs on that. And the rest of the game.
Early 80s Bally. Centaur.
Yeah. I like all the squawking
Those were cool. I mean, if you look at them by today's standards, they're still cool.
I like 8-Ball Deluxe. I like all the Squawk and Talk Valleys. I think that was the people that wrote the code and designed the sound card. They were ahead of their time by 20 years. Because that was really neat. All them games are neat with the Squawks. There was a lot of them.
Yeah.
There was Fathom. You know,
Oh,
Centaur 8-Ball
yeah,
Deluxe.
Electra.
Yeah, Electra. There was a lot of the Squawks. They were neat. I mean, the vocal thing, it almost sounds like somebody speaking, as opposed to all the corny robot sounding audio that came out of like Gottlieb's and Williams games, like Firepower. It's like, is this, what the heck's that?
How about Bad Cats?
Oh yeah.
She made me laugh every time.
Like that. Yeah. This has that same
seafood.
This thing has that same cat in it when you hit it up the ramp. Yeah. Reminds me of John's cats. Yeah, seafood.
Yeah, okay, I got some more Paul C. He was on Tech Tips 17, EM Pins and Asteroids High Score Saver. So I guess he's up to 17 on Tech Tips. I've got to find myself one of those switch adjuster tools. Marco seems to be out. I try to fix air gaps by hand and make it worse.
No, yeah, you can't.
Then I try to fix that and I make it even worse.
If you bend the copper too much and get a ripple in it, it's complicated. Now you got to replace it. If you torture it too much, you'll break it off. Yeah, you really should have that. Duck bills, needle nose, any other kind of bending tool is too heavy and big to get in there. You need that L-shaped point.
So where can you get that other than Marco? Marco's out.
Well, I usually get a bunch of that stuff. Pinball Resource sells them.
Okay.
Who else would sell those? I used to get them from, what's that one place? Pinball Life sells them. There's probably a couple of them other Bay Area amusements would probably have that. I used to buy them from everybody, not just one place.
Okay. Your gameplay videos use 3 cameras. That must be a pain to set up and edit. They're well done. Yeah, it is a pain. Faith No More, right on. The intro to Tech Tip 17 was the gentle art of making enemies by Faith No More.
It was an interesting group.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul C. What's the next major holiday? Easter?
Yes.
Happy Easter, Paul, because it's probably darn near Easter when you're seeing this. Happy belated Merry Christmas.
St. Patty's Day. It's before Easter, if you're that. That's a big holiday. Well, it's not an official holiday, sort. Well, it's halfway official. But yeah, Easter.
PBR again. I was wondering if anyone at GRC has played the Pinball Arcade. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, I have the free version of Pinball Arcade on my phone. I did not download it because I wanted to play pinball on my phone. But I was curious to see, I appreciate workmanship, and workmanship carries over to software programming too, right?
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to see, I wanted to see how well they did, and you cannot duplicate a pinball machine on a phone or on a virtual pin or any of that other stuff.
Well, it's not a video game, so why?
But having said that, I think that they did a fantastic job. Very, very nice programming. But
see, it's a mechanical device that, like everything in life, is visual.
Sure.
But the perception of it is not visual. It's not. You're actually watching something mechanical happen. You're not watching a flat screen that's either black or active. These are active when they're not even on. You can look at it and see what's happening. There's depth, there's 3D to it.
Yeah.
Video games don't ever have that in common, so that's why you can't. It's just not a physical thing that's going to ever happen because it's just one and the other. That's all.
Okay. Well, I need to take a short break here, and we'll come back and put an end on this, Ray, and then we can get back to work because we got some deadlines around here, and
I'm gonna go sleep.
take a break. Okay, Ray, we're putting an ending on this thing for this week, and what I'd like to do now is I want to thank a bunch of people, and I want to wish them all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, best wishes of everything here through the holiday season. So I'll start it, and then I have a list, and you started to compile a list there, and we'll talk about that. But YouTube has this new feature, Ray, and what they do is they, as a partner, they have a little thing that tells you who your most engaged subscribers are.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it makes it easy, because I would forget some people, and I'm just going to read down this list of people, and you know who you are, and here's our most engaged subscribers, Ray. Admiral Shadal, the Ghost Quarter.
Okay.
Paul C, who's engaged even if he's behind. So happy Easter, Paul. Hugh Jorgen. Andrew Lloyd. Andrew Lloyd likes to dance. He does those dance games, right?
Oh.
It's friggin' hilarious. Pinball Reviewer, PBR. Pin Biohazard, and Pin Biohazard is overseas somewhere. I'm not sure what country he's in, but I'm sure that they have holidays wherever he's at.
Sure.
Patrick Allen. I guess he must watch a lot, but not comment a lot, because I'm not too sure who he is, but we appreciate his watching. Kevin, KT, Kevin, Elvira, Kevin, he's around here somewhere. I haven't seen him recently, but he's around here somewhere.
You gave them the day off.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
And I still don't know how to pronounce this guy. Goughs 41. Needs to comment with how to phonetically pronounce his names, since I keep mentioning him. Arcade Dude 44. He's been our subscriber for just a little bit over a month. He must be watching a lot of stuff, because he's on this report, and I don't have a whole lot of comments from him, but he's watching. Scale Dirt Slinger, we just mentioned him earlier. Derek Brundage, and he's on your list too, so we'll come. Yeah, we're going to come back to him.
I like your writing. Man.
Yeah, you probably can't even read my writing.
I can read Greg Zamberky.
We're going to come back to you, because yours are going to be easier to discuss. Mine are YouTube viewers. Flesh Wound. Hip hip hooray, he says, with Ray in capital letters. Ronald Black. Ronald Black is the gentleman. I don't remember what the question. Oh, he was the one that had. We were riding down the road, talking about his unusual pinball. He found a pinball machine. It was either a Playmatic or it was something, and we were talking about our thoughts about what to do with it, because nobody knows how to fix it.
That.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Rare cool items. Rare cool. I think Ray gets Person of the Year award, he says. Punisher 106. Scott Cagney. Scott Cagney was a staunch. He was kind of on the fence there for a while, trying to figure out why we kept bashing those guys up in Southampton. He was a supporter of those guys, I guess, at least from a YouTube standpoint. And but he's his last comment: "Great job, guys. This shit is fucking awesome." on Jimmy's Elvira. So he's with us. Glad to have you, Scott. DJ Big Sexy Berlin with his Cadillac thumbnail. Had a recent conversation with him, Ray, about I guess it was on your last Tech Tips or the one before, You gave me some titles of a couple of Richard Pryor things you were watching.
Yeah, well, he's classic.
Yeah. Well, DJ Big Sexy Berlin agrees with you, but he pointed out that we had a lot of guts as a white guy to say what you said.
This has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I know, and it didn't, and it was in context, and it wasn't a problem. But
yeah, yeah, okay.
So it's not about that. It wasn't a problem. Nobody's offended. All good.
I like the new special out on Encore. I watched it again.
I didn't, but he likes.
Didn't you get one?
Man, when do I have time for that?
Late night when you watch, when you eat dinner, you watch late.
Yeah, well, you know, when I watch TV, when I watch these stupid movies, Ray, because this is how it works. I got the laptop sitting there on, you know, I'm working on the laptop doing this, responding to eBay questions and YouTube questions and comments and video editing and doing all that. So it's easy for me to put on a stupid movie because they're not very watchable. It's just kind of background.
Audio background.
Yeah, I'll look up every once in a while and go, oh my, that's terrible, and then just keep moving. So thank you, DJ Big Sexy Berlin. Crow is, he's bigger than us, Ray. He's got a YouTube channel. He does mostly arcade game reviews. And I told you about, he did that thing on the most influential or time gobbling video games, and then we went and did it with pins. He's been a lot of support. I've been bouncing messages back and forth between them. I look to him as a professional way of presenting the YouTube site, and he does a real nice job over there, so we appreciate him.
Okay.
Jared Morgan, haven't brought him up much. He comments quite a bit. Is the ball launch music loop lifted directly from Jackbot on the Corvette? And the Corvette's actually the older machine. They share the audio. But he comments, and apparently he must watch a lot because he's on here.
And that's one pin I just never Jackbot.
Terrible. Natural Progression, NP, he knows who he is, and we thanked him a bunch of times. He comments all the time. Mock the Magic Man. Funny video, Meloni. Tell your hubby to buy a teleprompter already. It will. It doesn't print the whole comment here, but at any rate, oh boy. Yeah. Random Rob made the list, and he's been subscribed to us since December 9th. And what's this? What's today? December
18th.
Yeah, he's been with us 9 days, and he's already on my most influential list. Random Rob. CNK-Tube. CNK-Tube is the guy who was saying that making the videos wasn't that easy to do, and he had a short little list of he released a few little tech videos, Ray, and he was giving us all the props, and he had his multimeter out, and he was doing a nice job for out the gate. Haven't really heard much from him really recently, but look forward to hearing from him again. I got one page left. Aaron Van Noy of the Iowa Pinball Club. He's the one that gave us. Yeah. Gave us that phone message we were able to use. That was great. Bill Heatherly, who's, you know, I'm going to pretend like Bill Heatherly's on your list over there, Ray.
Okay.
All right. We just mentioned him earlier. Bill Heatherly got us into YouTube. Eddie Kramer. Eddie Kramer gets a special award, Ray. He's been subscribed to our YouTube page since February 27th, 2011.
Wow. First generation.
He is our oldest, well, not our oldest like old like you are, but he is our oldest, been with us the longest subscriber, February of 2011. he recently, not too long ago, did a game room, a tour of his game room. I think I showed it to you. It was pretty awesome.
I remember it.
He's definitely, he ain't a hobbyist. Well, I don't know if
He's got a lot of everything in there.
You know, he might qualify as a hobbyist, but he's a pro. Dave Jungle made the list. He was the one we just talked about as Demo Man. Rob Jones. Rob Jones had a lot of questions about the haunted house thing. Oh, I think he, well, he's obviously is doing a haunted house, and we emailed back and forth about the color changing flipper buttons. I sent him some info about that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for the effect, but it's worth it.
And he was really appreciative. So that list was generated not so much by me, but by YouTube. If you feel like you're left out, I'd participate more and you'll make the list. But to those of you who are on the fringe and just join us, you know, occasionally,
I'm not on the list.
Yeah, you are not on the list. Ray, you just subscribed like a week or two ago.
Yeah, maybe
You're not that influential as a viewer.
Oh.
But
I don't want to watch myself.
everybody else that didn't get a shout out this time, you know, if you're watching, make some more comments. Make sure that we know who you are if you're enjoying our videos, and we'll be happy.
I watch them just to listen to your commentary.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I amusing to you, Ray?
I like it. I think it's, yeah.
Is that why you hired me? Was to amuse you?
No. No, I think it's neat. I like it. I listen to it.
Yeah, I have an attitude. It's most of the time. Most of the time, it's bad.
I don't want to watch myself. There's a thing about that. You don't really want to watch yourself.
Okay, the remainder's on my list. You know, obviously everybody who's not getting mentioned. If you're watching, we do appreciate you, whether we name you or not, or even know who you are, and wish you the best of holidays and be safe out there. And I've got to hit some majors. My man Jimmy. Can't say enough good things about him. His girlfriend Brenna. I can't really say enough nice things about her. Jimmy and Brenna.
Yeah.
Aren't they great
Jimmy
people?
had one pin at one time.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
The history of Jim. Melanie. Melanie's been with us a couple of years. She does a great job. I appreciate her a lot.
Yep. Me as well.
Felix.
Felix Cruz.
Boy, we would not be who we are without him. That's for darn sure. You know, you can fix them right, but he sure makes them look right.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. You really hard to find that kind of talent in this, because you have to find an artist that knows coin-op, not just somebody that does.
Yeah, yeah.
If you find somebody that paints well, you'll get what you see back there at the.
Yeah, it's special. It's a specialty thing, and he's you know, he's one of.
Orbiter.
Yeah, you know, there probably maybe 10 of him in the world capable of doing that level of workmanship on this type of stuff. Am I missing any? Oh, Matt Man, Guitar Matt.
Yeah.
Guitar Matt does. I got to get on his ass. He does our official GRC webpage.
What's his arcing away, dude?
Yeah, our webpage, you know, needs to be updated, but nonetheless, he gives me more than I pay for. Is that?
That's funny.
Did I get the whole team GRC? Is that all of us, Ray?
I believe so, Mike.
Your wife, Jean.
Yes, for patience.
Yeah.
And
She allows you to work for nothing.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's my list, and your list is going to be more of people that we don't know. Some of them are watching our YouTube videos, and some of them may not even know about them yet, but we'll, I won't force you to read it, Ray. I'll read it, and I'll let you say something about the people. And these are in no particular order. We just were jotting down names. I'm in trouble on pronouncing the first one. Greg Zambrucci.
Zambrucci.
I was actually kind of close.
Yeah, you were.
Who's he?
Yeah, he is a guy that we did work for. You restored or worked on, did most of the...
It was Indy.
I don't think it was a full restoration. It was just sort of a go-over type thing, but...
Yeah, it was a medium. It was a
nice.
refurb job.
Yeah, refurb. And I had a service call on some other pins he had the other day when I was down Feasterville. He watches our videos.
We're going to miss a lot of your customers, Ray, because you do have 1,000, and we were only able to jot down... How old are you? 69? 74?
I remember 69.
Well, I asked you to remember who you talked about yesterday, and
I couldn't do it.
And you couldn't do it
No.
because, you worked too darn hard. So we're going to miss a bunch of your customers, but
Yeah, you know, that
Same.
kind of thing. I'd have to be at home, get my
yeah,
customer database printed out.
Well, say-
You have a copy of the
I don't-
last year's.
Well, I'm not going to read
It grew again.
I'm not going to read 1,000 names.
No.
Your customers know that you appreciate them and they appreciate you. So if we missed your name, hope, and you're watching this video, please don't be upset. Jim at J&T.
I like Jim. Did you ever see some of his posts on YouTube?
No.
On Facebook.
Oh, well, see, I can't pay
Yeah.
attention. I can't be everywhere. Our Jim runs our Facebook, so I'm not there.
Jim's comment on something that is a substandard and gets on his nerve is, "What a steaming pile," and he don't finish it. He just says that. I look at that on there. I'm thinking, oh, that's funny. Yeah, okay.
Okay, Jeff and Colin, the Pickers.
Yeah, that's right.
This is your list, so you say something after I name them.
Yep. And known Jeff for a lot of years. Go up there occasionally, fix some things for him. But yeah, he does. He sources machines for the coin-op industry, and he travels and delivers and picks up stuff. He's a true picker from the early.
He's the
sense
real
of
deal.
word. Yeah, he was around way before that TV show.
And his son watches our videos.
Yeah, his son does. Yeah.
Joe Newhart at Pinball Star Amusements.
Of course, Joe. Yep.
That's all you got to say about Joe is, of course,
Oh, no.
Joe.
There's, of course, Joe, man. He's a major player and has a lot of things going on in this. He stepped up being a distributor for several companies
Yeah.
just recently. Before then, he was a collector. I met Joe with Mark years ago at Mark's house, and they had a big 24-foot U-Haul. Wow, it was a Penske. And they had it loaded with rare coin-op stuff. That's how I met Joe. And he's been in the hobby for a lot of years.
Extremely nice guy.
Yeah.
What he does with the support of the children's hospitals is awesome. Jim was just over there, I think, yesterday in support of that, but it was just supporting Joe in what he was doing for the hospital, which is awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to go out of order, back in order then. Mark Brasso.
Yeah. Yeah, he's, what else can I say? I've been doing work for Mark for a lot of years, and it's what he often said is he wouldn't be in this if it wasn't for me fixing his machines, because to buy something to resell, and that's true with Joe, I mean, they buy something, they play it, and they'll resell it because they either like it less than what they have, don't have room for everything. But Mark has always said, you know, he would appreciate anything that I could keep him going. He said I wouldn't have stayed in it. He was using a couple people in New Jersey to do repairs before me, but I don't know how many years before that he was even doing this. But yeah, he's a major customer, and he appreciates what I can do here.
And we appreciate him.
I'm glad that he's close, you know, because I'm over there every week.
A lot.
Yeah.
KJE.
KJE.
Yes.
What can you say?
I got a message from that nut this morning.
No, he's just a serious hobby guy, man. He's just, I like that. Yeah, he gives you a new meaning to the word collector.
Yeah, Keith Edgett. You know what else he does? He sends me pictures of models for some reason.
Yeah, I get the same thing. I respond on some of them. He gets them off that Maxim, whatever that is.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
Magazine or
I
something?
don't know.
Anyway, him and Jim seem to know what it is. I don't. Because I get the comment Jim makes back on what it is. I'm looking at him thinking, oh yeah, okay.
Keith Edgett, he's a character. He's been really good to us, right?
Yeah.
Chris Simmons.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris. He's a Game Room Warehouse customer from years ago. Joe gave him my name, and I've been servicing stuff for him a long time. He likes and he's serious about his hobby. I guess with the high stress IT work he does, he likes that. And his two sons like playing machines. I guess he's got 10 or 15 now.
Yeah, we just did a game room. We just did a tour of his game room. Just
15, does he have?
I don't know. I didn't count them, but it's a nice collection.
10 or so.
Yeah. Well, you didn't tell me he had 2 gun games back there. I'd included them in the tour.
Yeah, they were neat. They're made by Exidy. You don't see them too often. Crossbow and combat.
Yeah. Frank Dulce.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah, he's a good guy and always puts a smile. And he's always happy.
Doesn't he have
nicest personality?
Yeah, just as
he
friendly
actually
as
is
can
one
be.
of the kind of guys that you just, if you visit or you have a dealing with him, it sort of makes you in a better mood. If you know you might have been in a poor mood. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, definitely.
Chris and Melissa.
Yeah, Marquette. Yeah, that's Coin Taker.
They've been really good to us. Excellent service. In fact, Jimmy emailed me last night. He found another place that does LEDs and they're cheaper. And I said, hey, you know what? I don't care. You know, when
I established with Chris when I met him at a show one year, and then we just started ordering. And I ordered a little. I remember the first generation bulbs. I
remember all of it.
I got a couple of 100 of those, or maybe I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, but you know,
at a show, and I liked them.
When it comes to dealing with vendors, it ain't always about price. I mean, price is a factor, but there's a whole lot more involved. You know, it's how do they treat you? And Chris and Melissa have been.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
Jeff at Classic Arcades. This is more of mine than yours. I deal with him quite a bit.
I responded to him through notes and PayPal, you know. And
yeah.
Does
nice work up there with. He's great at printing. Speaking of printing, let me just grab another one of mine right here. Todd at Arcade Overlays.
Yeah.
That dude has been a lifesaver more times than I can count.
Just respond to him. I might have talked to him once or twice on the phone.
He's beyond great.
Yep.
Steve
makes it work.
Steve and Gloria. I'm talking fast because the camera says 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, what can you say? They're a major resource. I wouldn't be doing this without a source like those.
Yeah, pinball resources for real.
Yeah, along with the crew at Marco Specialties.
Okay, I had them.
Which is Nancy and Mark Mandeltord and Brian and Steve, I think, also is part of the crew now. But Andy, yeah, that's right.
Steve Gregory.
Yeah, major player, major resource. He also handles pinball parts, but his mainstay is arcade shop is what his business, and yeah, he's a good guy.
Boards.
Yeah, any kind of parts for videos, and now he's into the pinball thing because he's responding to the interest in it. So yeah, good resource.
Yeah. I'm reading down this list faster than I want to be, Ray. So we're actually going to cut here, and I'm going to clear this camera because I don't want to rush past these.
Yeah, no, and I got other ones I'm thinking of as we do.
Okay,
Terry
good.
DeWard.
Well, go ahead. We got a minute. We're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Terry's also a supplier that I use, and he's good. He watches these videos, I believe.
Okay.
I think he's Pinball Life, by the way.
Oh, all right. Okay, well, hold that thought. Here's you got time to write down a couple more names because I'm going to cut and get us another camera, right? Okay, Ray, I don't need to rush because we got a fresh camera. We're at Kevin Hassan.
That's it.
Who's he?
He's a longtime customer, and he is in Lower Gwinnett, is it? I think. He's got a nice collection of pins, probably 15, and most of his game collection is monster themed games.
Oh,
Yeah, anything with a monster theme.
he needs a Frankenstein.
Yeah, that is a good point. You don't have that. See, that's why you're the sales dude. I'm not. I should have mentioned that to him. That would fit in his collection because it's restored. All of his stuff's really nice.
Neat.
And he doesn't like.
Well, who does?
He had a bad experience with this. He has a Tempest video. Yeah.
Well, I'll forgive him for that. The Rubles. I met the Rubles, but I don't remember. They could walk.
Mark and Pete.
They could walk by me, and I wouldn't recognize them. I need to spend more time with the Rubles.
They have a large collection. I think 55 machines, maybe
Oh my.
56. They bought a lot of them from Gameroom Warehouse, and then they bought the remainder from Dan Heatherly. And they also don't like.
Well, who does? You've been servicing them for a long time.
Yeah, man, really long time.
Nick Todaro.
Nick Tadera, the lock guy. Yep. I met through Bill Goldberg, and he's also to be shouted out to for holiday. Best wishes. Yeah, Nick. He's a good resource for locks of unusual kinds for mostly arcade games that I work on for people that have tastes in 20s and 1900s stuff. Stuff with skeleton key type locks. You just don't go by that anywhere. And you don't want to put a lock like this on a game made in 1920 because that really wasn't a lock made back then.
Can you put one of them latches on a...
Yeah, well, herb latch.
the herb latch.
The herb latch. Maybe he didn't do that. Best. What is it next?
Well, we were finishing up on Nick. Nick bought our what was that? The Toten.
Yes.
And gave us. And he fed us shrimp and
he bought a Waz through here indirectly.
Oh yeah, that too. And he hosted a game room tour of his place and fed us well. Nice guy. You've been dealing with him for years, and you went from him to Bill Goldberg. You better talk about Bill.
Yeah, Bill's a sizable route vendor, and he does other things as well. He's an entrepreneur of sorts, and he has a business based in Morton. He lives in Delaware, but yeah, he's a pretty major player. I help him still through the years, repaired things here and there. He has his own staff, but they're really not dedicated to learning some of this old stuff. They're more new guys, like
Right.
the internet jukes and such. They don't want to go back on the pin made in 1978.
Well, you spend a lot of time over there, so you better catch the whole crew.
Yeah, the whole crew. Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you know over there?
Well, Joanne, the office lady. Steve Donnelly.
Yeah, Steve's a trip.
Yeah. Russ Riggs. And I guess there's Bert, front office Bert. Real nice, friendly guy. George. Who else would be there? There'd be Skip. He does the Downingtown X and collections for Bill. Skip.
Neat.
Yep. And
Good bunch of guys over there.
yeah. And there's Donnie, and then there's Larry.
And
Jukebox Larry.
this list. This list just makes me think of what allows us to exist and do what we do.
Yeah, you have to have sources and interests in all kinds of different.
Yeah, these are the people who make us who we are.
Yeah, the coin-op people. I know several of them through the years. They get different attention than my homeowners.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about Bill. I'm talking about the whole list. All these people.
Oh yeah.
These are the people that make us who we are.
Yeah, they're customers. Yeah, sure. And there's thousands. Well, all right. There's hundreds that I'm just.
Yeah, missing.
I have to go to my customer database
Yeah.
list.
Well, we don't have time to do that. But again, they know that they're
It
appreciated.
all adds up. It's all made. If I can help somebody out and they appreciate it, that's where I'm at.
Okay, we're on route. We're on the route, guys, Ray. Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt Arbitman and his brother Joe.
And there's another one
And
there
Joey.
too. And Joey.
Yep. Yeah, Joey, man.
He taught us a trick.
Yes, he did. And I'll tell you what, it's stuff like that make a difference. How to load a jukebox.
How to load a
without killing
jukebox
yourself.
in the truck.
Without killing yourself.
Yeah, you think you know how to do it until somebody shows you actually how to do it.
He could do that himself, I'll bet, doing that.
Yeah.
Really.
He does.
And he's not a Jamal,
No.
but you know.
Jamal. I like Jamal.
I wish I could take him with me.
He didn't make the list,
He
but
could deliver stuff.
he did now.
He just picks it up and goes with it. I saw it.
Yeah, Kurt's great. Vendors. Tony at the vendors and customers. Tony at Economy Glass.
Yeah.
Right up the street here. Bought the fire pinball machine from us.
Yeah.
I'll take a break here. You know, funny thing, Ray. I don't know if it happens to you so much because you're on the road and your cell phone probably doesn't do this as much as a landline. Of course, maybe it does. Well, let's break for your cell phone call. Or maybe we'll record it and see how interesting it is. Maybe you'll fix somebody's machine over the phone.
Hello, this Ray. You're welcome. It's a Goldberry referral.
Oh, Goldberg sent him, huh?
Yeah. He hooked up his restaurant. It's one of Bill's accounts.
Nice.
Just recently with new stuff, and he was looking for a pin, and Bill doesn't do pins, so he gave him one.
Okay.
He told me he was going to do that because I talked to him today. So, where were we?
I don't
End of
know.
the list. You got everybody crossed.
No,
mentioned
we were
down at Vern.
at Tony on Economy Glass.
Oh, Tony and Sandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
They take care of all of our glass needs, and we have a lot of glass needs. Oh, I know what I was getting to. Well, he bought the fire pin from us,
Yeah.
and he lives right here. The business phone over here, the landline, Ray. Half of the time it rings, it's somebody trying to sell me something. I hate that. Unsolicited sales calls. And you know how I get rid of them real quick, Ray? Come in here and buy a pinball machine from me, and then I'm interested in what you have to try to sell me.
That shuts it off.
That shuts it off.
Because they don't want it.
Every time. But not every time.
Really?
Yeah, we were not using Economy Glass to get glass.
No, I was using.
Were we?
Right. No.
What and how did that deal transpire? He bought a pinball. He came down there to our old shop, bought a pinball machine off of me,
Yeah.
and now we get all of our glass from him. So that's how that worked out. In case you didn't know.
Yeah.
But that's fair. That's good business.
It is.
I got another route vendor on here, Ray.
Okay.
What you talking about, Willis? No. Know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah, Vern. Know what I mean, Vern?
What's that from?
Oh, that's that guy. Nobody likes his movies. I think they're funny.
I don't even know where I got that from.
Yeah, it's a line he uses on all of his movies. That funny guy. What's he in? Oh my. He made 3 or 4 movies. He was as popular as Larry the Cable Guy back then. Remember?
Know what I mean,
Tall,
Vern?
dorky guy. Yeah, know what I mean, Vern? What the heck was the name of his movies? Yeah. He was sort of like Jim Carrey. He always did that character.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
Vern.
Yeah. Yeah, Vern Herford, yeah. He's in Tony. You know, they're vending guys down in Marcus Hook area, you know. And they do their best to keep the coin thing they're doing, you know. And I got referrals from them guys already, especially Vern. You
Yeah.
know. A lot of work, you know, what they're trying to do. It's kind of a hard go. But yeah, they're good people.
Okay, I got one more vendor that I didn't write down. Jamie Marple.
Jamie, yeah.
Jamie D. Domenico.
Yeah, he's right here.
Wait, is he?
He's
Something.
right here. He's local.
He tries to throw stuff our way left and right. Most of it I chase away because he ain't our speed.
He's a business guy.
Yeah,
It's
he's
all right.
something else. If I had half his energy.
Wow.
Neat guy, neat character. And he's good to us. He treats us good.
Yeah, he's a genuinely fair, just good-natured guy. Really.
Bill Lindley.
Yeah, Bill. Known him for years. Silver Ball Mania. He has a little hobby business, does good. We share things like, once in a while trade customers. If we don't have what they want, and he has what,
Sure.
that kind of stuff. And he helps us with parts. We help him with parts. And repair stuff that he can't get to, which doesn't happen a lot, but it's good. It's a good.
Did you mention Bob Mauger?
Yeah, his partner Bob. Yeah, Bob's a classic guy. He has a little coin-op arcade. It's mostly mechanical stuff. Every once in a while, I have a token video game in there, but it's
He runs the
St. Peter's
Village.
Yes.
What I've never been there.
It's neat. It's all one big floor. Let's see, the size of it is probably about 30 by 50.
Okay.
And it's one big floor of just wall-to-wall machines. There's probably 30 of them in there, maybe 40.
And they're primarily old stuff.
Yeah, gun games, he has in there a few. He has EM pins. Nothing's much newer than 74, 5.
Neat.
He likes the EM stuff, and he has a few videos every now and then. And he trades them up and moves around and sells them, Yeah, it's more or less almost, it's not a penny arcade, but some of his gameplays are at a nickel.
Nice.
A dime.
Which is today's version of a penny arcade for sure.
And he makes them all take coins.
Neat. Bob. Bill got me to thinking of another, just because Bill does, as a hobbyist, he runs around and fixes some of this stuff. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say Ron Clemens.
Yeah, Ron. He's been around for a long time. He does
He watches our videos.
hobby restorations and such, and he's over in the Valley Forge area. I guess his original work was IT, and he does this as a hobby, and yeah.
He's been recently saying nice things about us, Ray.
Well, he always sort of did, Mike, even before this store was happening. It was sort of a friendly competition.
Yeah, well, I initially kind of pissed him off. Me and him, it was not a face-to-face thing, but we kind of started off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
But he's been extremely nice recently, and I respect what he's out there trying to do. I'm sure you do too, but we know how tough it is to do. Called him up the other day. Somebody was in here for a Twilight or something. They were in here for something I didn't have, and I tried to throw some his way because there's more than enough of all this as far as demand going around for who's out there supplying. I mean, we're not really in competition with anybody. We certainly aren't in competition with them idiots in Southampton. So Ron Clemens, he's cool with me. I appreciate what he's been saying and what he tries to do out there. So you didn't write him on your list, but he gets a Christmas card from you.
I can't remember. I can't remember everybody, Mike.
Rocky Frank.
Yeah, Rocky, another local guy that we're doing work for. Yeah, he's a good dude. Latest things he's got going on are 2 machines that are still here. We did a Rocky for him.
Yeah, that's where he got his name.
Yeah, it is.
Boy, that was a nightmare.
Yeah, hope he gets his plastics one day.
Yeah. The Orbiter that keeps getting mentioned here, that's his. We've got a Circus Volterra his here that's...
Are these spinning bumpers still on it?
I have not stolen the spinning bumpers.
Leave them alone. I'm gonna watch that, because one day I'll see him go on that roller disco out there.
Rocky Frank, he's been great. Every event that we've hosted, he's been here. He brings food or something.
He always did, man. He used to bring lunch.
He's like right on it. Oh yeah. He does it here. He brings me lunch. And like I said, we have service work of his here. and none of it is currently being worked on, and he never ever asks what's the progress report on anything. He just good dude. Sean Ruford.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely on the list there. Bought a lot of machines. Definite player. Got into the hobby, I don't know how, but he's a roofing person by trade. Nothing to do with his name, by the way. But he is a roof installer and other things, I guess he does in buildings. I don't know, but mostly roofing. He lives up north, where, Connecticut, New England?
Yeah,
States,
I think he's in
Vermont,
somewhere up there. I think he's in Connecticut.
New Hampshire? New Hampshire?
Might be in New Hampshire.
Anyway, yeah, definitely Sean, yeah. He bought a few pieces from us, likes what we do.
Yeah, well, he comes down here for the shows. I guess either Allentown or it's usually the Allentown show that he comes down for.
Right.
And he always ends up spending time with us, and that's just he's a cool dude, cool guy. Derek B.
Chef Sean.
Chef, well,
And Derek B for sure. Derek has bought a lot of units, likes what we do. Easy to work with if he has any questions. Nice guy.
yeah, can't say enough nice things about Derek Brundage. Chef Sean,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, Chef Sean's
You brought him up.
another good customer there, yeah.
He,
Lives over toward DC.
you know, every time I end up in a fight on Pinside and everybody gets all upset and I get banned or whatever, you know, Chef Sean's always in there sticking up for us.
I think he has a Maryland address, actually.
Yeah, he's in Maryland.
It's DC.
Oh, is it? Is that,
Oh
is it
man,
that
yeah,
far?
that part of the area over there, they like zigzag. It's like, all right, here's Maryland, here's DC. It's like, wow, which are we in now?
Colton.
Yeah. Last I heard from him, he was emailing me about testing a mod he made for Twilight Zone. I don't know, whatever.
Neat. You know, I can't call him a kid because he's not a kid.
No, but he's
so darn close. I mean,
he's trying to.
He's like 19 or 20. He's young.
He has an idea to try to find something to make a mark.
And he loves these pinball and this arcade stuff, and he's got a special attention to detail, and that I appreciate.
That'll get you.
And he learned the hard way that boy, you know, perfection is impossible in these things, and it bit him in the butt. But he keeps coming back to it, and he's been great to us.
All I can remember is that video game that you sold him. We almost died delivering it. It was so heavy to get into that house.
Which one?
I thought that big thing.
That was it, the Carnival?
Yes. Oh man, and it was only one set of steps, but oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
Colton. That's one cool dude right there. When you talked about almost dying, then that made me think of somebody else. Chad Patterson.
Really? Oh yeah. Yeah, the Chad. Yeah. Yeah, going up north there was interesting.
I don't know how, but we've been up there 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, we were. Why did we go?
Because he kept buying machines from us.
No, I mean, why did we go the first time? He bought?
Because he bought machines from us.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Bought several machines from us.
Dude, that's 140 miles.
And he still.
No, it's 160 miles.
And he still participates.
Almost.
He participates in our Facebook, and I'm not sure if he's watching the YouTube videos, but if he's on Facebook, he's watching the YouTube videos. Cool guy. When you were talking about DC, I came up with another one. Matt Beal.
Oh yeah, over in Virginia. I've been there. Yeah. He wanted you to come along the one time the worst way. I said, Mike's busy. Because I've been to Matt's place twice.
He came up to our grand opening
Twice.
just to support us.
Yeah, and then plus he was at the store twice to buy, yeah. Yeah, he bought like 4 or 5 games off of us and the Juke.
There was he
3
bought
games in a
he bought
Juke?
he bought the AQ. His first one was the Corvette with the custom shooter knob.
Right.
There was a Black Knight. The Rolling Stones, the Stern Rolling Stones he got off us. Then we restored his other Rolling Stones.
That's how it was.
Yeah, all that.
Sterling, Virginia. Yeah, it's way over there.
Rolling Stones. Okay. Harry.
Guerrero.
There you go.
Yeah, I like Harry.
He's been cool.
I like his
we've done a lot of
films,
stuff
that's
for
really
him.
neat.
Yeah.
Unique guy.
We did his Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And several other. We haven't been over to. We got to go see him sometime. He ought to be about due.
Yeah, neat. I'm just looking at the artwork in this thing. It's nutty.
Okay. Well, let's. I'm about worn
You're
out.
all
from
listed
names,
out? Okay.
But I got one more on the list because you're looking at it right now.
Yeah. Jim O'Boyle.
Yeah.
I guess he'll be coming down to get this, maybe.
Right now there are 4 machines in this little. 4 of the 5 machines in the shop right now belong to him. Yeah. And on that note,
what a stop that was, along with Mark Hittner at that time. Mark was a cool guy.
Oh my God, was Mark Hittner not on my list?
No.
That's why I hate these lists, because they are so incomplete.
Yeah, well, that was a neat trip, man. We got home like 3 in the morning, remember?
Yes.
We stopped by the rest stop on the New Jersey Turnpike, and it was so late, even the fast food was closed. We had to get bagged. Candy.
So if you're Mark Hittner, who just made the list by I don't know, by accident, but should have been, if you didn't get the shout out, I don't know, call us and let us know, because apparently we're having trouble remembering you.
So many dealings.
So shoot us, and we're wishing everybody a happy holidays, and it's a good time to reflect on who's important to you, and so if we're important to you, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. So there, Ray, we covered what were we supposed to do? 200 more tech tips. That covers the shout outs for all of them.
Okay.
So that's all I've got. Happiest of holidays to everybody. We appreciate you. Ray,
Yep, no doubt.
take them out.
Same here, ditto.
We may or may not see you next week. We've got a Christmas in between. So.
Yeah, and today is the 18th, yeah.
So I'm thinking, Ray, we're going to pre-schedule a week skip in there, because I don't know, we might surprise you with something. But if you don't hear from us next week,
so I can see it now. When is Christmas? It's the Wednesday, the 25th. We'll be in here doing.
We'll be in here shooting a tech tips on Christmas. We'll have to hire those guys from the Christmas Story to go fa ra 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 ra, and
No, that would be unplanned. I would say no.
Well, thanks so much, everybody.
So long.
Hi, we hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Want to know what's coming next? Go like us on Facebook right now. You can keep up to date with all of us here at the shop and what we've been up to. Thank you for watching.
Happy holidays, everybody.